Europe, another important meeting after much back and forth. Britain and the European Union have agreed to a new Brexit deal. The agreement is a major breakthrough for Prime Minister Boris Johnson. The British Prime Minister is determined to pull the UK out of the Union, the European Union, by the end of this month. The President of the EU looked relieved today, just for now.
Are you happy today?
Are we happy with the deal?
You can be happy. I had the Prime Minister on the phone twice this morning and we concluded the deal. Well done.
An agreement with the European Union does not mean that this is a done deal. The action now shifts to the British Parliament, which is a much tougher theatre. And that must clear, the Parliament must clear this agreement. The Parliament has been the biggest stumbling block before Brexit, by the way. So far, lawmakers remain in disagreement over pretty much everything, and it looks like, by the looks of it, they're still not convinced. Boris Johnson's coalition partner, the Democratic Unionist Party, have already declared that they do not like the new deal. They have refused to support it. The Conservatives are short of majority, and the Democratic Unionist Party have been a crucial ally for them. Boris Johnson must convince them before Saturday, so he has only one day to do his work, while the new agreement will be put to a vote then. The opposition, led by the Labour Party, sticks by its stand. They too do not support the new deal.
As it stands, we cannot support this deal and will oppose it in Parliament on Saturday. And it also is unclear if he has the support of his allies in the DUP or indeed many of his allies on his own backbenches.
I guess it's safe to assume, as of today, that Boris Johnson doesn't have the numbers. Britain is due to leave the European Union on the 31st of October. That's the end of this month. Back in September, the British MPs had passed a law. If the deal doesn't get the nod of the Parliament, Boris Johnson must request an extension of the Brexit deadline. But the British Prime Minister is not too keen. He wants to leave the EU in this month.
I do think that this deal represents a very good deal both for the EU and for the UK, and it's a reasonable, fair outcome and reflects the large amount of work that's been undertaken by both sides.
So what is this new deal all about? The UK will follow the EU rules by the end of 2020. This can be extended. This is to allow the businesses to adjust to the new situation. The UK will pay a $50 billion divorce bill to the EU. Rights of Europeans living in the UK and British citizens living in Europe will be guaranteed. The major change is with respect to Northern Ireland. It will be aligned to the European Union single market. Northern Ireland will serve as an entry point in the EU customs zone, but it will follow the customs rules of the Great Britain. It's complicated. This is a temporary arrangement. The United Kingdom and the EU will discuss a possible trade deal once Brexit is done. But the British lawmakers still remain unconvinced about the rejigged agreement, especially on the status of Northern Ireland. We're all set for a showdown on Saturday.